Oh, hello there, it's me, John, one of the hosts here on the channel. And this is possibly a leak. Now, this is also possibly not 100% confirmed. This could be complete speculation. So do not quote me on this, do not hold me for ransom, whatever, because this could prove to not be true. Because it seems like there's been a leak being put over within the last 24 hours of a certain image that I'm going to put on the screen right now, and it is right here. Saying, in essence, G4 could be making a comeback, and we are only mere couple days away for San Diego Comic-Con, where there is supposed to be a big panel and is meant to be some announcement for the new animated series that is due out in 2027. Now, upon looking at this image, it reminds me of a very early... this is going back a fair few years. This is after French Biz Magic finished, but actually during French Biz Magic, actually, I do remember something. There was a big security issue, and I believe, was it Hasbro or someone got hacked, and a load of future plans and possible future plans and a lot of concept art and scripts and all sorts of stuff got leaked onto the internet, and it caused a massive problem. There was a massive big cyber issue going on back then. And a part of that, I believe, there was some concept art for My Little Pony of all of the main 6 characters, or up to Applejack. So all main 5. So Twilight, Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, Fluttershy, and Applejack. All of them, the main 6 or whatever, for French Biz Magic, all reimagined in different styles. That image I just showed right now reminds me very similar in the art of this image right here. It sort of reminds me a little bit of that concept art. Now, part of me thinks this is just pure speculation. Part of me would love this to be true, and also part of me would not want this to be true. I will completely go into my thoughts on this, because G4's finished. G4 concluded. Even though fans were not happy with the final episode of French Biz Magic, some fans were alright with it, some fans wasn't. Now, I was in that ballpark where it did feel rushed. The ending of French Biz Magic felt rushed. It didn't feel like a full flushed out conclusion. We didn't get any cameos. We just got some certain ponies in the background that made an appearance, like Tempest Shadow, for instance. She was supposed to actually be in an episode, but the woman that voiced her in the movie, what was her name? Yeah, the actress that voiced Tempest Shadow in the film, obviously it would have been quite expensive for them to get her back to reprise the role, so they never did that. They never brought Tempest back into the series. So they just gave her a little cameo in the final episode where you see all the different ponies and different characters from the different lands and different worlds of Equestria. But I don't know if this is true. I mean, I would be very, very surprised if G4 is making a return, because G4, as we know it, has concluded. However, we never got Lauren Faust's full-on imagination narrative. With Lauren Faust on the panel for San Diego Comic-Con, there's a lot of thoughts going around that if they are going to revisit these characters, it looks like they're going to have to go back to square one. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board and reimagine it from scratch if they are to make another series based on those characters, because it wouldn't make any sense continuing past season 9 the way it is, because Twilight became a celestial being. Obviously, she became she became a full-on... She became the full ruler of Equestria in the original French Biz Magic series. she became what I'm saying is celestial form. I'm going to just call it celestial form Twilight, where she basically grew massive. She grew, had a real flowing mane, just like Celestia and Luna have, and so she ended up being crowned ruler of Equestria. And all of her friends started getting older. Some of them had relationships, and so on. And that's basically how it concluded. And so if this was true, if this leak is indeed true, that we are getting a French Biz Magic return, or these characters are returning for a new series, it would have to be a totally brand new series. All right, it would have to be a totally brand new series. Why I say that is because it wouldn't make any sense. Making this like the official season 10 onwards, it wouldn't make any sense unless, and also it looks like if this is the what the characters are going to look like in the new series, it wouldn't make any sense back, because if they are going with a slightly different character design, a different animation style, it wouldn't work next to the animation style for the original French Biz Magic. It would be, so if you go back and revisit French Biz Magic and then you go to this new series in order to kind of like find out what the narrative's going to be for going forward, if it was supposed to be like a successor or a sequel series, it wouldn't make any sense because it would be pretty jarring. The difference in animation style would be pretty jarring. It would be like, you already got this type of animation for French Biz Magic, and then all of a sudden, all the characters look different. And, but in that image that I showed, it looks like Twilight is still the Twilight we know. In this image, Twilight, as obviously in this continuity and this style, Twilight is back to just being a unicorn again. She's not an alicorn. She hasn't got her wings. So in this image, she's kind of like reverted back to who she was. And all the other characters look relatively simple, but their hairstyle or main styles look a little bit different. And of course, the animation style looks totally different. One big glaring thing I've noticed is there's no Applejack. And if Applejack is missing from this new series, I will not be happy. Because I don't care, because I know that there's a lot of BS in the fan base that Applejack was not really a liked character. She didn't have as much fan base compared to the others. She was the least liked. She was the least liked character of the main six. I beg to differ. I beg to differ because if people have such a problem with Applejack as a character, I do not want to question my I have a problem with humanity having a problem at Applejack. It's not Applejack's fault. It's humanity. it's people that have the problem, not her. Applejack is a fantastic character, and I really hope that she isn't getting dropped from the series because of fan popularity. I would be really annoyed because Applejack for me is she's a fantastic character. She embodies so much of the good in people. She's honesty. She's honesty. She's the element of honesty, but I don't know whether they're going for the whole the element thing. I don't know if they're going with that again with this series or not. But we've got Rainbow Dash in the picture, which I'm very happy about. She is my number one. So Rainbow Dash is there, Fluttershy, Pinkie Pie, Twilight, and that's all that's in that image. Applejack isn't there. So I'm kind of concerned that they're going to be dropping Applejack, or there might be maybe Applejack is in it, but she's maybe been more of a secondary character, or this is just a bit of fan art that has been leaked or maybe. I've got a feeling this could be fan art. I have a feeling this particular image might not be an official image. It might be someone's art of the characters that that person loved, and they just put them together as a big animated thing, which is fine. I mean, if that is the case, that this is just an image that was shared online by an artist and it's just been shared out of all proportion, and people saying that this is linked to the San Diego Comic Con panel, this is linked to the 2027 animated series. Like, this is why I started the video off saying, do not shoot me. Do not put me up against the wall and shoot me at dawn, because I cannot say this is at the moment. It is speculation. Until the San Diego Comic Con panel has happened, we find out the information from that panel, we won't know the true ins and outs. Personally, I would like them to not do Friendship is Magic characters anymore. I would like them to carry on with a new series that is not anchored to G4 in any way. Because, like I said in my last video I uploaded, we do not want a repeat of Make Your Mark. I'm really hoping that they've come up with some sort of strategy and cut ties with Discovery Family. Because I don't think they would have had, because otherwise you're not going to get Friendship is Magic, or this new series is probably not going to get TV viewership, because that's how Discovery Family worked. Discovery Family, we don't have Discovery Family in the UK, but Discovery Family is basically the channel what Friendship is Magic was airing on, and they had like rights to the characters. So they actually had rights to the characters, so that's why Make Your Mark had a big problem, but I've already gone into all that. But what do you guys think? I mean, part of me would love to see the return of these characters, because I love Friendship is Magic. I would absolutely love to see more adventures featuring these characters. Absolutely. But part of me wants to feel a little bit more open-minded of that. We've already had a 9-season run of Friendship is Magic. I'm relatively content. Even though there was some pretty bad, even though things went a little bit all over the place by the end of Friendship is Magic, because you could see quite clearly from season 1, I'd say up to about season 4 or 5, they were working towards something different. And then after season 5, they just sort of like changed narrative totally. There's like a big shift in the writing and the storytelling, and some people stopped watching after a certain season. A lot of people stopped watching after season 5 and 6. A lot of people left the show after like the first 5 or 6 seasons, and a lot of people never actually finished it up to season 9 because they didn't like the direction it was going in, because it changed totally. So yeah, I am really quite intrigued about what the future may bring. Of course, I would love to see a return of these characters. I absolutely love Rainbow Dash. I would love to see more Rainbow Dash. I would love to see the voice actors, Tabitha St. Germain, Tara Strong, Andrea Lipman, Ashley Ball. I would love them to reprise their roles if they do make a return. But I would love a new series that is not anchored or tethered to Friendship is Magic or based in that world. I would love them to do something fresh and imaginative, something new characters, a new world, a new setting. Not necessarily the same Equestria as we're accustomed to when it's for Friendship is Magic and G1 and so on. I can only, like I said, it's probably just speculation at this point with the image that I've just shared that has been making the rounds. It's probably just some artist's impression. It's probably a fan artist that did this art and people just put 1 and 1 together and made 10, even though that's virtually impossible. But you know what I mean. It's like some people put 1 and 1 together and get a totally wrong answer. And that's probably what this is. That some people have probably speculated thinking this is in relation to the new announcement, and it's just been put out, spread in all wrong proportions. Like I say, even Equestria Daily are not sharing this image. Where if Equestria Daily are questioning the authenticity of this image, That says to me, this is probably not legitimate news. However, I'm sharing it anyway just in case it could well be true. But if it's not, I will make another video and I will tell you, and when the San Diego Comic Con panel happens, I will make another video and find out exactly what's going on, because apparently it's looking like there is going to be a lot of stuff. There's probably going to be a new comic book series as well in regards to this series. It looks like Boom Studios or Boom Comics probably have the rights to the comic book for whatever's coming up in the future. So, but yeah, so San Diego Comic Con is in like 2 or 3 days or something like that from this video being uploaded. So it's very soon. So we will, when the panel happens, we'll have a bit more information, or the panel probably has absolutely nothing to do with the animated series, or there's going to be an announcement during San Diego Comic Con, or there's going to be something happening, or Hasbro might just announce it once San Diego Comic Con's finished. I don't know, because from what I can gather, the panel at San Diego Comic Con is meant to be like an anniversary thing. It's meant to be like a celebration of My Little Pony and Friendship is Magic, hence why Lauren Forst is on the panel. So it's meant to be more of like an appreciation panel. It's meant to be kind of like celebrating My Little Pony as a franchise throughout the generations. It's looking like it's a general panel just doing that. But they might talk about, or they might just say, well, what's the future going to be? And they might maybe put on the big screen maybe like a little animated animatic or something of what to expect, or maybe a little trailer. Because if it's due out next year, that means it's probably been in production for the past couple of years. And they might be in the process of doing the animation process, hence why it's not going to be out until 2027. So obviously the voice acting is usually the first step. So it depending on obviously, with this being a Western animation project, which means it is produced in America, usually the voice acting is done once the script is done. So you have, of course, how it works usually is you have the script, somebody writes the script, and then from the script they do storyboards. And then from the storyboards, they then put it all together, and then they make a script, and then they get voice actors in, they do all the voicing, and then they animate to the performances of the actors, and hence why they get the lip flaps and everything to match the voice actors. And that's usually the process for an original animation that's a bit like Western animation, so basically fully produced in America or whatever. When it comes to dubbed, English dubbed, so say a foreign animated series, it's a dubbing. So the dubbing is done after the animation is already finished, and it's when it's due to be released or streamed or whatever. That's when the dub is done, and obviously that is a different process compared to like an original animation. So yeah, so the voice acting's probably already been done. Probably been done for the past year or more. So they probably have maybe something they've been working on to showcase at San Diego Comic Con as like a presentation. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But there's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. We will be back very soon, and we will be doing a live stream when we can come together, when we have spare time, and we're going to talk about everything. The leaks, the speculation, and what has definitely been confirmed by Hasbro. See you soon.